right, folks. Things are not working out well for me today, or for this entire week, actually. It's expecting something in the mail. Something did come. Opened it up. It wasn't what I was expecting to do for you today. So, I can be deft and kind of change and do something different, and that's what I'm going to do. I woke up this morning. Now, see, I'm recording this maybe, I don't know when you're watching this, but it's a couple of days after this incident happened. And I just got to thinking, well, before I go on, watch this. You'll probably agree there are a lot of crazy things going on in this world today. This may be the time for you to get a bullet-safe, bulletproof vest. I've got one, my wife's got one, my kid's got one. You may want to get yourself one. BulletSafe even has panels that you can get that go inside of a backpack. Just slide them inside, and it might just save your life or your kid's life. Go to my website. I'll put a link down below. You can see where you can get yourself a bullet-safe, bulletproof vest. Do it today before it's too late. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the video. I really do believe it. You should protect yourself, so get yourself one, okay? Can't reiterate that enough. It kind of started when I got this. It's my final notice. It's my final notice. Please call within 5 business days. And give a number, and it says, our records indicate that you have not contacted us to update the factory warranty on your 2020 Honda in order to guarantee its continued safe operation. Call now. In big letters. And then they give a phone number. By neglecting to call now, you will be responsible for paying all repairs out of pocket. Okay. So this is probably the first time I've gotten one of these. And I'm thinking about it. This may have been the second one of these I got from a different company, though. They don't even say who this is from. They don't. There's no name, nothing. But they do cover the turbocharger, which I don't have. But I have been getting a lot of these. Listen to this.
This is Maria calling from SRS. I'm trying to obtain location information for Tommy Pickens. If you can please return my call at your earliest convenience, I can be reached directly at 469-812-8936. Thank you.
And I get a lot of these.
My name is Drew Fuller. This is a notification call from our Department of Tax, Debt, and Financial Settlement Services.
And, quite frankly, I am just really tired of being bombarded all the time, and I'm pretty sure you are too. So consider this a public service announcement from the shooting guy. Okay, so recently, Linus Tech Tips, if you know who that is, if you don't know who that is, I'll put a link down below. I'll throw a picture up or something. And they got scammed pretty hard. And I think all 3 of their web pages, one deals with cybersecurity, one deals with building awesome computers, and they review that kind of thing. And I watch them. I'm subscribed to them. Feel free to subscribe to them as well. If you're not subscribed to me, would you subscribe to me, please? Thank you. So they're evidently at 3 o'clock in the morning, they get a phone call from either one of their subscribers or one of their colleagues or something that said, hey, did you know that this happened? And, they throw a picture up of Elon Musk having a roundtable discussion with a bunch of people on cryptocurrency. And so they basically, it wasn't Elon, and started streaming a pre-recorded thing saying, if you need crypto and you need to blah, 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 and da, da, click here. It's kind of like final notice. You got to click here. Otherwise you're going to be in trouble, or it's going to cost you extra money. And then Linus goes into the the cybersecurity side of things, which I really appreciated. If you don't know, in my past, I worked for a government contractor. I was a cybersecurity person, and I wouldn't say I was an expert, but had a chance to meet Kevin Mitnick, if you know who that is, back in the day after he got out of jail and all that, and turned his life in a good direction where he's helping people not get scammed, basically. So I walked in that field for a very long time, and I enjoyed it. But keep in mind now, that was back in the infant stages of the internet. That's back when Netscape was the browser of choice. If you don't know what Netscape is, you weren't born until after the year 2000, probably. If you know what Netscape is, congratulations, you're old. And I think there is a connection between Netscape and Elon now that I think about it. Isn't there? Okay, so why am I bringing all this up? Okay, recently I started getting emails like this. You know that I do videos. You're watching one. And I use music from time to time in my videos. And I'm always using either stuff that I license to use, so I have permission to use it, or I use the stuff that, the music that's not going to get me a copyright strike or copyright infringement. But this thing clearly says, hey, there's been a copyright thing. You better click here and let's clear this up. And it's coming from YouTube, apparently. Well, it's not. Somebody impersonating it. And they're also dropping files, PDF files, that they want me to click on so I can see the violation that I did. And they're dropping them in my Google Drive. And I've got a couple of Google Drives because I have a couple of different channels and different purposes and things like that. But this one isn't one that this channel is connected with. It is theshootingguy@gmail.com, and you can send me an email there if you'd like. I'd love to hear from you. But as long as you're not this scammer, because I will get you. They sent me emails with PDFs that they want me to click on. Well, come to find out, and I never clicked on them. Okay, but PDFs evidently can have executable code in them and take over your computer and the way, or your not necessarily your computer on your desktop or your laptop, but your computer accounts that you have. And Linus gets into some real good detail. You can go off over there and take a look at that. But basically, that little PDF file looks like a PDF file and it has information on it. But underneath it, there's a little script that runs, and it snags all of your cookies, reports it back to a host that sent that warning email, and then they can impersonate you because they have your cookie, and it's as if their computer was already logged in, and they're just basically being you because they have all your stuff. Why am I telling you all this? Because it's getting worse, folks. I would like to think that this world is filled with people who are of at least good character, and I'm going to put a number to it. I don't have the real answer to how many people there are, but I'm going to say 80%. I believe 80% of the people, at least 80% of the people that I come in contact with are, decent people. They're not intentionally out there trying to scam you or take advantage of you. They either don't want anything to do with you or they'll befriend you, right? That's about 80%. At least that's what I come across. The other 20%, basically, could get thrown in the lake of fire for all I care, to be honest with you. And most likely they will, unless they turn from their wicked ways. So there's about 20%. Now, that seems like, okay, 80%, 20%, there's a preponderance of people that are really good. But the problem is our population is growing exponentially. It does. And it has been for, the last, ever since man has been around, right? There was two, Adam and Eve. And then all of a sudden, there was two more because they had kids. And then the Bible doesn't tell us, but there must have been others, because when Cain did his dirty work to Abel, Cain got sent off to Nod, which had a whole bunch of people. So in a relatively short period of time, because we know Adam didn't live very long. Well, in biblical terms, he did not live very long. By our terms, I think he lived 800, 900 years, something like that. Quite a few hundred years. And you could look that up. If you know, put a comment down below. How old was Adam when he died? According to the Bible, it tells us. So in that short period of time, there were people in this land of Nod that Cain went off to. And then after that, Adam and Eve had Seth, another son. And from that line, we can maybe, if you want, if you're interested, we can do a history of the lineage of Seth and where that goes and how it gets to Noah, etc. So lots of people, even though there's only 20%. Now, if the 80% are good people, and they're mostly quiet, they're quiet. But that 20% usually is very loud. Out of 10 people, you have 2 people that are knuckleheads. Well, if you all of a sudden have 100 people, you have 20 people that are knuckleheads. And then if you have 1,000 people, that's 200 knuckleheads. And pretty soon, the knucklehead side just grows and grows and grows in numbers, where the 80%, it's also growing in numbers, but they're relatively quiet and trying to mind their own business and live life and love their families and all that stuff, while this other number is just growing and growing and growing and getting out of control because they're waving their arms so hard to try to get some attention. Part of it is this. Now, I realize this might be a legitimate business who's looking to, get insurance business from me. This is not the way to do it, though. For me, this is not the way to do it. This is just scaring people into making a phone call. And I think that's the 20% of knuckleheadedness that's out there, quite frankly. I'm never going to call these. So that's my recommendation to you. Never find somebody that you know that's in the insurance business if you need insurance, and talk to them. Talk to somebody that you trust and know that has somebody that's in the insurance business. So use word of mouth. Never go off of things like this. Same thing goes with emails that get stuck into your email box. Never trust that garbage. Never. Just immediately when you see, hey, you've just won, click it, delete it, get rid of it. Or, this is your final notice. Click it, delete it. Anything that doesn't come from a friend of yours that you already know, somebody that's already trusted, click it, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. And even if it was accidental and it was somebody that you know, if they really want to get a hold of you, they'll give you a phone call and go, hey, how come you ignored my email? Well, it's because I get a bunch of junk and I just delete it all until I feel like I want to get a good one. And especially if you get emails that have attachments that say, hey, click here, or go to your Google Drive. And if you have a Google Drive, be very wary about it. Go to Google, make sure that you can block third parties from being able to dump stuff in your drive. That was the problem that I had. That was the problem that was going on with Linus Tech Tips. They left an open door where things could get dumped into their drive, and they fell prey to it inadvertently, on a busy day or something, looked at it, and boom, it was over. Yeah, it's a weird world out there, folks. And I'm not saying to be afraid. I'm just saying be cunning, be wise, and don't open emails or attachments that you have no idea where they came from, or they may be impersonating somebody, but you weren't expecting it. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Don't bother. And those phone calls that you get that say, hi, my name is
Drew Fuller.
Yeah. Ignore that junk. Just let it go. All right. Well, because the stuff didn't come in the mail today, this turned into a Shooting Guide public service announcement because I didn't have anything else really for you that's finished until I get the stuff in the mail. When that stuff comes, I will have more. You just need to stay tuned. I do have a couple of shorts. What came in this box is this right here. And I played with that a little bit. That was a nightmare. So this antenna busted off. I want to see you out there.